Alright Mickey, this is how to do a slider. You've got a front brake, I don't, so I'm going to be using my foot instead, so just forget about that. I'm left-handed, left-footed, so you're going to use your right foot, so just whatever I do, just do the opposite. And what you do is you set your pedals. You probably want to set your left pedal forward, and you just stand on the back pegs, kind of keep your arms nice and loose. And what you do is you go kind of slow and grab your front brake, and you go into the endo, and then you kind of rock back and turn the handlebars sideways. You can either turn it with your left hand or you turn it with your right hand. But whichever hand you turn it with, you want to grab use your other hand and grab the front of the seat and kind of lean back and pull the bars up, kind of like you're doing a forwards peg wheel or backwards. But you kind of just want the front wheel just to kind of keep off the ground, and you're going to be doing a backwards slider. And then when you get to a point where you start losing your speed, what you can do is turn the handlebars back forward, and if your cranks aren't spinning, or if your cranks are back spinning, what you can do with your left foot or right foot, whichever one you're more dominant with or comfortable with, just when it gets about halfway or just about here, you can push on it and it'll bring the bike back underneath you, and you can put your other foot on and then pedal out. So here, I'll show you how to do one. Alright Mickey, here's a couple other steps you could do too. Remember how I taught you how to pick the bike up from the side? Put your left foot or right foot on the back, other foot on the pedal, and pick up on it. Well, if you want, if you got that pretty much nailed down, what you can do is just keep the bike in the same position, but instead of putting your feet on the back triangle and then on the pedal, what you can do is you can switch it up and put like one foot on the front peg and your other foot on the pedal. And what you want to do is you want to have, like when your foot's on the pedal, you want it to be like halfway up on the cage, kind of like on the side. That way you're still on the pedal, but your ankle isn't completely like rolled over. Same thing with the peg. This is kind of like regular footed. I have my right foot forward and my left foot back. You would have your left foot on the front peg and your right foot on the pedal. So what you can do, the easiest way is you can do it regular-handed, or you can do it cross-handed. And you can do a cross-footed, I'll show you that. You can do X-up, you can do all sorts of dumb stuff. So all you do is just what you do like when you pick the bike up normally. You just bring it up there and pop it up and go get it. As you do it more, like I'm sure you understand now, picking the bike up, you kind of balance there for a moment. That way you can figure out where your balance point is and adjust your feet, you know. So here's regular. Right foot on the peg, left foot on the back. I go switch-handed just because it's a little bit more easier for me for some reason. But just pick it up and then balance and get your feet back on there. You can bring it back around. And then dump the bike on the side. And then what you can do is you can go cross-footed. My right foot's on the pedal and my left foot is on the front right peg. And this is a lot easier if you do it cross-handed. Because if you're like this, you're really crossed up. You're just doing like the splits, but it's nasty. So it's easier to go cross-handed. This one's a little bit more difficult because you got to pass it from your left hand when you're picking it up to your right hand, and then transfer your left hand over. So there we go. So it's a little bit more quick. I'll show you here from the back side. Lay it down, cross your feet, and just kind of gain your balance. And then as soon as you pick it up, your feet, alright, so you know how to get out of the fork glide now. as you spin around like this. What you do is you hop up, jump, switch your feet, then switch your hands. If you're grabbing on the seat to still get around, like I saw you the first time, don't do that. Try to break that habit, because the more you ride flatland and the more you do that trick, it's going to throw you off balance. So you just want to switch your hands on the handlebars and then just pivot your front foot or your back foot around. So, and the next evolution of that trick is a cyclone. As opposed to a fork glide where you start off regular footed, put your left foot on the left front peg and your right foot on the back right, or back left. Go ahead and switch your feet to your cross footed. I'll show you here. So this is your regular fork glide, and your body's open to the front. So instead, what you want to do is you want to go cross footed. What you can do is you can just be in this position and just kind of pump the wheel side to side to kind of get the idea of the body position. So I'll show you how to do a cyclone here. And with the cyclone, when you spin around, your foot's going to be on the outer side of the peg. It's not going to be on the inside anymore. So it's going to be a little lopsided. So you have to compensate for that. You don't want to go too fast. Because the first couple hundred times, pretty much, you're not going to be able to get to the back peg. And what you're going to tend to do is over loop it, and your leg's going to go underneath the frame. So you want to start off fairly slow, just till you get the idea of how the wheel spins and where your body is going around the bike. Because it's opposite, you're not level with the bike. So I'll show you a couple of cyclones here. Switch-footed, you spin around, then your foot goes on the back peg. And then what you can do is the same thing on the front. You can pump the front wheel side to side, and just get used to that. What we do is you switch your hands, and you're back out. I'll show you here. Switch-footed, you're off axis, and you get back around so your foot's on the back peg. And what you do is switch hands, and then pivot your back foot, and do a half bar flip out, and get the bars back to a regular position.